right, so this morning we woke up nice and early to watch the Christmas Chronicles Part 2 as soon as we could. So we're each going to share our thoughts on it. I'll share my thoughts for a couple of minutes, and then they'll join us back again to talk about the movie and give their thoughts. Okay, so much like with the first Christmas Chronicles, these movies work largely based off the star power of Kurt Russell as Kris Kringle, as Santa Claus. It's just fun to see him in that role. They're adventures, they move quickly, and therefore they're just pretty easy to watch films, while not necessarily leaving a particularly distinct mark in regards to the plot themselves. And that is pretty much true here. This one has the added benefit of bringing in Goldie Hawn. If you're some of my younger audience, you might not know this, but Kurt Russell, who plays Santa Claus, has been with Goldie Hawn in real life 30 plus years. And so the lady that plays Mrs. Claus is his actual significant other and has been for a very, very long time. So them playing opposite each other in a movie like this, her as Mrs. Claus, it's just a lot of fun as someone that, you know, as long as I've known who they are, they've been together in real life. So seeing them, you know, they're fun on screen. It's fun types of characters because it is Santa Claus and Mrs. Claus on this kind of adventure. And Goldie Hawn is used in it, like she's throughout the entire film. She has her own stuff that she's trying to do at the North Pole when all the adventures take place. So another positive on this one is that it doesn't just rehash the first movie. The first one was, what if Santa got trapped in this city and they had to find a way to fix the sleigh so we could get back? And so it was very much Santa trapped out in the real world. This one is, what if kids get trapped at the North Pole, have to save the North Pole from what's going on? So it is like a turn on the whole thing, but it feels like a nice extension, continuation that adds new things into the mix. So it doesn't feel like a rehash really at all. It has something new to say while having, or doing something new to do. It's not really saying a whole lot with Kurt Russell as Santa Claus, and so it's fun to see him on these adventures. And this one kind of, I think, ups some of the scale of the action, so we get more chases, more explosions. The stuff that they do with the elves, very reminiscent of Gremlins. Chris Columbus, who directed this one, directed Home Alone 1 and 2, Harry Potter 1 and 2, but he also wrote Gremlins. And so they do some Gremlins type stuff. That's not the dominant force of the movie. Sorry about that. But it is certainly an element in the film that you can get some of the familiarity there. Chainsaws do show up, some chaos, and a child does need to run around with a weapon shooting a bunch of creatures in order to save the day. And a couple of the emotional beats hit pretty well, especially when there's a part where kind of the time travel aspects go into it, and there's an airport, and it just kind of finds a way to hit some right notes. On the negative side, as I mentioned before, it's not really the most original stuff. Some kids need to help Santa save the North Pole. It feels kind of like we've seen this sort of thing before. Someone's jealous of Santa Claus, and so therefore they want to take all the fun. Seen some of this sort of thing before. The humor's not really as funny as it probably should be. It's not like laugh out loud. It's more like a little chuckle. Oh, that was amusing, rather than big laughs. And then with each of these movies, it feels a little bit like when they were getting Kurt Russell to sign on. He had a little bit of like, oh man, I'd love to play Santa Claus, but if I'm going to do that, I want to have a musical number. I want to have a dance number. I want my lady to show up in it as Mrs. Claus. Like, felt like he had some of these demands that don't necessarily... They don't necessarily serve the movie and the audience so much as just something fun for him to do, a fun experience for him. There's a couple sequences like this in the movie. Actually, at the same point in time that some of the strong emotional elements, there's some stuff at the airport. I was like, okay, we're going a bit far with this. But, you know, in general, a fun little Christmas film that, while not being particularly memorable, totally fine, totally watchable. You know, I give it like a B. Somewhere in that ballpark. That's where I'm at. All right, kids are back. Now you know what I think about it, though I'm filming this in a different order, so I haven't even said that stuff yet. So I don't even know what you just heard from me. Liam, what did you think about the Christmas Chronicles Part 2?
Good.
Okay, elaborate. Like, what was good about it? Was it fun, funny, exciting, creatures? What was it?
Exciting.
Exciting? Okay, you're just saying a word I said. How would you describe the movie?
Adventurous.
Adventurous.
Time travel.
Time travel, okay. And you like time travel? How about you? What did you think about it?
I liked how the little girls, what's her name?
I don't know.
Edith.
What?
Esmeralda. Lego movie.
I just came up with the first name that came into my head, and it was Edith.
These names are all correct. Little girl, what about her?
I liked how she went time traveling with Santa Claus.
Okay, yeah.
And how there's like this boy, and then he like turned into a human.
Yep. There's some like transformations, time travel.
But I don't want to spoil it too much.
Yeah, it's just, we're trying to talk about what we liked without saying too much in case you haven't seen it yet. What else did you like about the movie without spoiling things?
Gun thing.
Gun things. Okay, so the boy at the end.
Crossbow.
There's a battle at the end of the movie that's involves a lot of creatures and a lot of people getting shot, and cannons play into it. So the battle's bigger than you'd expect from a movie like this. What else did you like about the movie?
I like how the little elves went crazy of the stuff.
Okay, so it gets pretty wild. If you guys don't know, this is actually Elf Spain. If you guys don't know, this is from Chris Columbus, who actually directed Home Alone 1, Home Alone 2, Harry Potter 1, Harry Potter 2. He also wrote Gremlins. And you can feel a little bit of the Gremlins in this one with what kind of goes down at the North Pole in this film. What else did you like?
Magic nose.
Magic nose. There's... What did you dislike about it?
I think the elf things look too weird.
Yeah. This franchise, this one and the first one, kind of known for the elves looking weird, like bad. The CGI is not quite there yet. What about you? What did you not like?
I didn't like how the boy transformed.
Wait a minute. She said she did like how the boy transformed, and now she's saying she didn't like how the boy transformed.
I think she means
you like
human.
the positive side to it. You didn't like the negative side because he was mean.
No, I liked how he transformed, but the way
it looked, looked weird. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so the movie doesn't have the best visual effects. What else did you guys not like?
The mean elf forest thing.
Mean elf forest thing? Yeah.
Speaking elvish thing, he doesn't believe that guy's Santa Claus. How could somebody just dump a giant ice onto head and then you just freeze?
Yeah.
You're doing the floss and then somebody pours ice, you'll just be cold, not freeze.
Well, if it's cold enough, it could be interesting.
But it's also Santa's power. So.
That's true.
Or if hell jumped on your head.
It's true. There's a lot of things that could happen.
Yeah.
Okay, so how many Christmas trees out of 6 do you give it?
What?
How many Christmas trees out of 6?
It's like the stars.
Christmas tree of 4.
4 Christmas trees out of 6? How many Christmas trees out of 6?
That's 6. 4 is 6. And 6 is... 6
you give it
10.
5 Christmas trees out of 6 Christmas trees. So 2 positive scores. I already told you what I thought about it, though. I don't even know what I said yet. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We got a bunch of other reviews somewhere, content, videos. I don't know where it's at, but you can tune in and see our thoughts on stuff. Talk to you later.
You hit me in the eye.
Yeah. She punched me in the face in a video we shot earlier. Ow, it happened again. This is messed up.